Well, we have the chance of more instability thunderstorms popping up mainly in northern and western Minnesota Wednesday afternoon, but that chance is statewide again Thursday, Friday. All the while pretty steamy. We'll see how long this pattern lasts as that upper level ridge tries to move backwards again. So we have a little cluster of some thunderstorms that were still going this morning and into the midday at southeastern Minnesota. And I show you this because you can see the rotation on it. This is what we call a mesoscale vortex. And you get these mesoscale convective complexes that develop late at night typically and then can keep going into the morning. You can see it on satellite imagery too. These develop typically in the upper level jet stream or the low level jet stream. You go up about 4,000 feet at night. The winds really can increase, and that's sort of a conveyor belt of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and a little bit of heat too. So this is what that looked like early this morning. These are those winds at 4,000 feet straight up from West Texas into Minnesota, and then muggier dew points you can follow along that low level jet stream too, and it allows thunderstorms to erupt in an elevated fashion a few thousand feet above the ground. And those dew points are going to stay on the sticky side here. We've got kind of a corridor to the Gulf of Mexico. We're not going to get the really humid stuff though, not 70s dew points, but it's going to stay sticky in the 60s. You combine that with these around 90-degree temperatures though, it's going to feel pretty warm. Near record territory, in fact, mostly because the records, just by chance, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are not that high, mostly low 90s, whereas a few days ago to end May, the records are in the hundreds. It's just a historical chance there. But as we head into the evening hours, thunderstorms popping up mostly in western and northern Minnesota. The winds aloft are kind of southwest to northeast oriented, so those aren't going to track east, it doesn't look like in the Twin Cities. But tomorrow we will see some of these pop-up clusters of thunderstorms again, pretty much possible anywhere. Trying to pinpoint where is difficult because these are kind of monsoonal, where they just pop up where the instability is rather than any organization. Same thing on Friday too. And that lack of organization is because we don't have a lot of shear in the atmosphere, where you have winds moving at different directions or speed as you go up. That's all confined to primarily Texas, and that's going to be the focus, West Texas, for severe weather the next few days. In fact, that's where you have the jet stream to create those shear or wind differences. Also way up into northern Canada, we've got just the upper level ridge here kind of moving back in, providing a lack of organization for those storms. But there are these disturbances aloft, what we call these little short waves. They're kind of these little X's that are denoted here, where you get these little ripples in the middle of the atmosphere. And when you combine that with daytime heating, that's enough to touch off some showers and thunderstorms and clusters and pockets. But the upper level ridge, which is centered over us last weekend, is moving backwards, retrograding we call this, over the course of the next several days into next week. So that means drier weather will probably move back in, but it's also probably going to stay pretty warm too, as that ridge will be kind of parked over us again. And that instability that we see on the west side of those features will start to diminish heading into the weekend. But until then, we've got this kind of tropical pattern where each late day, some pop-up showers and thunderstorms are certainly possible. And we're going to continue to be near 90 degrees too, which is very warm. We had our first one yesterday and probably at least a couple more to go.